previous lecture, we were talking about different symmetry elements and symmetry operations. I'm continuing with my that part of lectures. Today, I'm discussing about the symmetry operation, the rotation axis. As I told you earlier, let's take the example of water molecule. Suppose this is a water molecule where this is the oxygen atom and these two are hydrogen atoms. And if I rotate this molecule to 180 degree, I'm rotating this molecule to 180 degree and this is a identical molecule. So this molecule is possessing a symmetric rotation of 180 degree so that 360 divided by 120 degree, 180 degree, it is n is equal to 2. So this molecule is possessing C2 rotation axis. Now I want to tell you what is the difference between the normal rotation axis and the principal axis. For that, I will take example of ammonia molecule. Suppose this is the ammonia molecule where this black one is the nitrogen, this is the hydrogen, this is the hydrogen, and this is the third hydrogen atom. As we know that this molecule, this ammonia molecule is trigonal pyramidal structure, trigonal pyramidal structure. So for this molecule, the rotation axis that is possible in this case is this, which is passing through this nitrogen. And if we look at the three hydrogen atom which is attaching to the surface, is forming a triangle like this. So if it is forming a triangle, then the molecule for a complete rotation which is of 360 degree, now three atoms are placed at an equal distance. So it is forming an angle of 120 degree. 120 plus 120 plus 120. So this is 360 degree. So if this is 120 degree angle and I'm rotating this molecule through this axis to 120 degree and it is like this, it means this is giving the identical structure, means this molecule is possessing this C3 rotation axis. How C3? 360 degree divided by 120 degree, that n is equal to 3. So this molecule is possessing C3 rotation axis. Now what can I do? The other possibility with this molecule is either I can rotate this molecule into the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. I have two possibilities, either to rotate this molecule like this or like this. So there are two possibilities, there are two orientation of the molecule. Now I am taking example of planar molecule where structure is trigonal, but now the structure is planar. Let us take example of this. Suppose this is a BF3 molecule where this is boron and these three are the hydrogen atoms. Now you can see, now it's a planar. Boron atom is touching to my hand. It is touching to the surface. It's not a pyramidal structure, but it's a planar structure. Here I will tell you the difference between the rotation axis and a principal axis. What is a rotation axis? The angle through which I rotate the molecule and I am getting the identical structure, that is simply a rotation axis. Now, what can be the possibility with this BF3 molecule? If I hold this molecule like this, and one of the possible axis is which is passing through this boron atom like this, and if it is passing through this side, now again these three BF molecule, they are fluorine atoms, they are forming a triangle. Again, what will be the angle in between? 120 degree angle. So I am rotating this molecule through this axis to 120 degree. I am getting this structure. This is identical. Another 120 degree. It's again identical structure. 120 degree another. I am getting a identical structure. So one of the possible axis in this molecule to get a identical structure is this axis through which I am rotating the molecule to get a identical structure. But along with this 3C3 axis, this molecule is possessing another rotation axis. What is the possibility? The another rotation axis is which is passing through this fullerene atom and through this boron atom. Now axis is like this. Earlier the axis was this, which is passing only through the boron atom. Now the axis is which is passing through this fullerene and the boron atom. Now through this axis, I am rotating not through 120-degree angle, but I am rotating through 180-degree angle. Now what is the angle? How I am rotating the molecule? Like this. This was the axis. This was the axis. Now I am rotating the molecule like this. This is the rotation. So this molecule, this BF3 molecule is possessing two type of rotation axis, one through the boron atom, another through the fullerene and boron atom. Through boron, it is having C3 axis through which I am rotating through 120-degree angle. Through this BF bond, I am rotating through 180-degree angle. So the molecule is possessing C3 rotation axis and C2 rotation axis. Now out of these two, which will be the principal axis? The principal axis where the angle will be the smallest, means the n will be the largest. Now the n largest is C3. N is 3 in case of the axis which is passing through the boron, and 180 means C2 is the axis which is passing through the boron and fullerite atoms. So in this case, the axis which is the C3 axis will be called as the principal axis, and the other rotation axis which is possible in this molecule is the C2 axis. So this molecule having principal axis C3 and the C2 axis. Now we will talk about the another symmetry operation which is called as the reflection operation. In this case, again we will take the example of the water molecule. I am again taking the example of water molecule where this is the oxygen atom and these two are the hydrogen atom. What happened to this type of symmetry operation? In this case, we will pass a plane, a mirror, and through the atoms, and we will get the image in the mirror. So suppose I am cutting this molecule like this. This is the plane. My hand is representing a plane. If I am passing a plane through this atom, how it will look like as I shown here. Through the C2 axis, I am passing a plane and the image of this atom in the mirror will be appeared over here. And if I look at the image, it will be just like this. Means I am getting the identical structure. So this is the one possible plane which I can pass only through the oxygen atom. Another possibility of the mirror plane in this water molecule is if I pass the mirror plane through all the atoms. All the atom means I am passing the plane through this oxygen and these two hydrogens. Means I am passing the plane like this. Now, what will be the mirror image? Just suppose that the mirror it is cutting through each and every atom and it is passing through the center of this oxygen atom and center of these two hydrogen atoms. Whenever you look at the image of the molecule, it will be identical. It will be the similar image. Okay. So in this case, now I have used the terms as you know that the reflection operation is denoted by S or the sigma, but in the subscript I have used the term V because the planes, the reflection planes, they are categorized into the different planes that we call as the vertical planes, horizontal plane, and the dihedral plane. So what is the vertical plane? It is the plane which is including the principal axis. Principal axis means the higher order symmetry axis. In this again, in case of water molecule, we were having only the C2 axis. Now, in this case, our C2 axis is passing through this oxygen atom. And where are the mirror planes? Mirror planes are like this and like this. But in both the cases, the principal axis is being included. Either I cut this molecule like this or like this, but in both the cases, the mirror, in both the cases of mirror images, I am including my principal axis. But if the principal axis is included into the plane, then that plane is called as the vertical plane. And if the principal axis is perpendicular to the mirror image, the mirror plane, then that plane is called as the horizontal plane. I will give you the example of the horizontal plane. Let us again take example of BF3 molecule, which is a planar one. Now, if I look at the different axes, we know the axis, this molecule is having C3 from here and the C2 from this position. Now, if I look at the images in the mirror, what are the different possibilities? One possibility is if I cut the molecule, if I am cutting the molecule like this, okay, now what was my principal axis? Principal axis was this. I was passing through this boron atom. Now I am cutting from where I am cutting the molecule like this. Now this is the this is my C2 axis, and from this position I am cutting the molecules. So this principal axis is perpendicular to this plane, so that's why this plane is called as the horizontal plane. And another plane which we called as the dihedral plane. What is that? If two planes are bisecting to each other, there are possibility of two planes and they are bisecting to each other between to the sigma plane, the vertical planes, that plane is called as the dihedral plane. We will discuss in detail about the horizontal planes as well as the dihedral planes. Let us take another example of benzene ring. Now we know that the benzene being an aromatic molecule, it's planar in nature. We have a principal axis C6 because here from this point the axis will be passed, and if I have to complete 360 rotation, and how many stoppages are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So if these are the 6 atoms which are placed at an equal distance in between the 360 degree, then 360 divided by 6, that is 60 degree, means here I am rotating through 60 degree to get the identical structure. So this is the C6 position, C6 rotation axis. Now, what are the possibility of vertical planes and dihedral planes? Now, at what point I can cut the molecule to get the identical structure? There are the possibility. One of the plane is, which is the passing through all the atoms. Okay, so this plane is perpendicular to the principal axis because our benzene ring is like this. It's a flat where all the 6 atoms are placed like this. Where is my principal axis? Principal axis is this, C6. And where is the horizontal plane? The plane which is passing through all the atoms of the benzene ring. So that's why this molecule, the benzene ring, is possessing the horizontal plane. But this molecule is also possessing the dihedral because this is the horizontal plane and this molecule can be cut like this, like this. That's why they are forming a cross like this, which are planes which are perpendicular to each other. That's why this molecule is possessing the dihedral plane. Next symmetry operation is the inversion center. Inversion center is denoted by, as I told you, earlier also, inversion center is denoted by Pi. Let us take the example of PTCl4, where platinum tetrachloride is placed in a square planar structure. Okay, if I extend each of the atoms Cl to Cl3, Cl2 to Cl4, every atom is passing through a common point, which that point is called as the platinum. This platinum point is called as the inversion center. What I am doing, I'm just extending the Cl to the Cl3, just replacing the atoms. I'm extending the line Cl2 to Cl4, and they are crossing from a single point of platinum, and that point is called as the inversion center. In this case, the symmetry element is point. In the other cases, the rotation axis, it was a axis, it was the line through which I was rotating the molecule. Here the inversion center is a single point, and the symmetry operation is your inversion through that point. Inversion means things are getting inverted, and this I n is equal to your identity. If I'm repeating that operation, it goes to the identical positions and we get the identity. Let us take another example of suppose the octahedral molecule. Now, how I will explain in this case. Now I am extending 1 to 6 position, 4 to 2 position, 5 to 3 positions. Now again, they all are passing through a one single point of this atom, this metal atom. So that's why this point is called as your inversion point. Okay. Now, what is improper rotation axis? I will discuss about this improper rotation axis in my next lecture. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Thank you.